All right, everyone. We are back here once again with Pim on the Legion side here, going to be taking on Hex on the Hellborn side. This is game two of the Scrim series. We have the bans taking place, Kinesis and Moira. I believe those were the same bans from last game. We now have Magnus and the Gladiator. From the Hellborn side, Magnus was picked up last game. And I'm blanking on the hero that was banned in its place. I can't remember what they banned last game, but they're gonna ban the Magnus here this time around. We are going to have a first pick of Glacius come out, followed up by Bloodhunter. The Bloodhunter, first pick coming out from Hex. Definitely signature Hex here doing their unusual style of drafting. Now, with that being said, they did run a Bloodhunter, I believe, a couple of days ago. That was against Donkey Kong, if my memory serves me correctly, and they actually did end up winning that game. So they're going to try out the Bloodhunter here once again. We'll see if it has similar success for them. We're going to see an Emerald Warden second pick coming out from Pim. And I'm expecting that to either be in the second support or position 3 role. I do think that's what we normally see Emerald Warden as. I don't think we'll see it in a 1 roll or mid roll, as the hero doesn't quite do all that well in those positions. But we're going to see a Tempest pick come out here on the second pick. And we're going to see an immediate response pick of Vindicator. I believe, at least the idea is to be able to have a superior cancel for Hole. But at the same time, I don't think we're going to see a jungling Tempest this game. With that being said, I might end up being surprised. Who knows? But then they pick the Rampage up on top of that, so already pretty off the wall draft here in game number 2. Normally we see the Tempest played either on that position, that second support position in the long lane, or we see it farming on the position 3. So I wonder if we're going to see a Tempest Rampage lane. Honestly, have no clue what the heck we're going to see. We may just see the jungling Tempest and the roaming Rampage, but I think that's a little bit less likely knowing how Hex likes to play. So I think it's safe to say we'll just have to let it unfold, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm not too sure that I really like Pim's draft so far. I feel like they lack damage. I think they have too many supporting heroes. So I feel like the Vindicator pick, I think what they're going to do is they're going to run that mid on 0. So I think this is going to be a core Vindicator, as I think I've seen that in the past from them. But I feel like core Vindicator this game is really weak because it's going to have to face Rampage rotations and Bloodhunter kind of just sitting on him. I feel like he's going to need to win his lane really, really hard, and he's going to need to get really, really farmed in order to have a big impact this game. So I feel like the Vindicator pick is going to have a lot of issues for them. I think it's going to be hit or miss, and I'm leaning towards it more so being a miss. But with that being said, there is still the potential for it to do well. I think it's just going to come down to execution, and it might be a little bit too difficult. But with that being said, we have the bans coming out. We have Bombardier, Rally, and Prisoner from the side of Legion. The Prisoner ban is pretty odd, I think. I don't think they're going to pick up a Prisoner with those heroes they already have picked up. I think they got that slot kind of taken care of this game. But the Bomb and the Rally bans, I think, make a bit more sense. The AoE would go pretty nice with the Tempest. They're kind of lacking that kind of big team fighting hero. We'll see if they do end up picking up any kind of team fighting heroes at all. But I think those two bans were pretty solid. We have the Pharaoh, the Scrap, and the Adrenaline bans coming out from Hex. Dang, those are some wonky bans. I think the Pharaoh ban has some merit here against the Tempest, but they already have the Vindicator picked up. I suppose Bloodhunter will want to pick up a tablet anyway, so I don't know if the Pharaoh ban is really going to cause them a whole lot of issues. I suppose it's good against the Rampage, being able to counter gank. So in that regard, it's okay. The Scrap ban, I don't really feel like Scrap is a ban-worthy hero. I know that Pim did win a game with Scrap a while back, but at the same time, I just feel like Scrap is. If people pick up Scrap, you're more than happy to face that than something else. The Adrenaline ban, that one is pretty annoying. That one I can understand, as he's a really frustrating hero in the early game, in the laning stages especially. We're going to see Dampier into Shell Shock. So, I couldn't have predicted those two picks if you gave me probably 50 guesses, and that's kind of an issue for me, because yeah, it's a really different style of draft coming out here, but it looks like we're gonna see a support snail maybe and a core Emerald Warden. Then looks like we're having a one roll Dampier here. Huh. I do think Razor PK is gonna play the core over Conatus, but hmm. Yeah, it is the core Vindicator, so we called that one correctly. We got one of them right. We did get the Glacius being main support correct. So we did not talk about Hellborn's lineup at all. We had a fourth pick of Empath, followed up by a last pick Legionnaire. And Snooki is actually going to be playing the Rampage. It is not going to be a Dude Rampage. I cannot believe they're giving up the Rampage to somebody other than Dude. We'll see how this works out for them. Usually we see Chris play the Tempest, but Dude is going to play the Tempest here with the Zamos. So they're actually going to be playing offensive Legionnaire with offensive Tempest lane. This is either really, really genius or really, 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 really bad. I'm leaning towards really, really bad, but we're going to have to see if they execute it well or not. And I guess Dampier, Glacius, and looks like second support Emerald Warden? Is it jungling Emerald Warden? I'm so confused what the heck they're doing. I suppose the freeze from Glacius into a trap is a lot of lockdown from Warden and Glacius, so that could be like a tri-lane with Dampier. But man, I just don't know. I just don't know how this is going to play out. There's no vision here at all. They do not see the Legionnaire and the Tempest coming to lane cut. But it looks like they're going to lane cut behind the tier 3 tower. Tempest is going to start off by jungling the hard camp. Here comes the rotations from the supports. Legionnaire will drag the creep wave so that Tempest gets some experience, it looks like. He's going to eat a freeze here into a trap. I think this is the bloodlust kill. So already off the bat, this is going to start horrendously. They do manage to cut the first creep wave, but Dampier, I think he just brought that into the jungle. And Tempest is going to fall here as well. That's 2 kills going the way of Pim already to start things off. Legionnaire, ooh, he's actually going to try to steal this camp away. That could be, that's a lot of XP though to Legionnaire despite giving up that bloodlust. He's gonna pick up the almost level 3 as he health potions up, so they're picking up a little bit of steam here as they get that stacked medium camp. Oh, what? Dampier's stuck in the creeps. Are they gonna be able to kill him here? Here comes body blocks happening. Oh my god, big plays coming out from Dude. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, it is. Beautiful play coming out from Dude there on the Tempest. Fantastic. He gets the body blocks with the elementals. They set up the kill. And the spins on top coming out from Legionnaire. Fantastic. Alright, I do want to take a look at the other lanes just a little bit before the action picks up, as we actually see Legionnaire kind of doing some path in there from the trees. But Rampage 14-1 against 12-0 Vindicator. So Rhino, he's doing pretty solid there. He's going to pick up a bottle. He's going to get himself that first rune. The supports are kind of being boxed out here by the elementals. Legionnaire picks up the boots. He does not actually spec the terrifying charge, so he has spin and taunt. And you know what? I actually think that that's just fine. Not having the charge just yet. He'll probably pick that up level 4. Tempest doing a ton of damage here, boxing them out. He picks up the Grave Locket to start it off. Now we have a double damage rune on the Rampage with Charge. Interesting he doesn't spec Might of the Herd. I actually find that a little odd that he's valuing 2 points in Stampede. We're going to have a charge coming out in the bottom lane as we have a lot of damage coming out onto Legionnaire. He's going to throw the taunt out just, I believe, for the extra armor, but he is going to fall. Here comes the double damage rune. Here comes the Horn from Rhino. They take out the Glacius. Will they be able to go for some more kills, though, is the question. It doesn't look like it, so it ends up being a 1-for-1. Pretty good trade coming out for Legion, as well as forcing the mid laner to rotate away. So I think despite Rampage having that presence to gank, it's going to give a little bit too much room here to the Vindicator. He's sitting on 1,200 gold. What the heck is Vindicator going to buy? He might even look to buy like early upgraded boots. Look at that damage coming out from Rhino as he throws out the auto attacks. The book from Vindicator coming in. But man, this is where I would have loved to have seen Might of the Herd leveled up, as that now has an activatable slow. And I think that could have maybe gotten him an extra auto attack onto Vindicator and gotten him a bloodless, or not a bloodless kill, but another kill, excuse me. We actually see Legionnaire taking out Emerald Warden there. I missed that one completely, but perhaps getting taunted on the creep wave. Doesn't inspect the silence just yet, so only has the slow and the trap. Mid lane, they get the kill here onto Snooki as Glacius rotates in with a freeze. Perhaps they baited out it looks like they baited out a charge, so Glacius being in the right place at the right time. I'm interested to see what Dampier decides to go for this game. I'm thinking something like Spell Shards into either a Staff of the Master or an early Portal Key could be on his list of items. Shellshock has 8 creep kills here in the top lane. Bloodhunter is more or less free farming with 27 lost hits, same as the Dampier. So Bloodhunter, safe to say he's looking for that level 6. And I miss another freaking kill. As Vindicator goes down, Tempest, he's gonna throw out the stun, he's gonna die. Here come the elementals splitting. He will get the kill here on to the Emerald Warden. Taunt is gonna come out onto Glacius. He does have the Striders picked up, but this is a lot of damage coming out from Rampage and Legionnaire. Here come the elementals as well. This is gonna be a kill. The elementals are gonna take him out, and Tempest picks up a double tap there. So dude, despite being dead, he gets the double tap with the elementals doing so much damage. Legionnaire, he's still in the Legion's jungle here all by himself. He's going to get caught by an Ice Imprisonment into the trap. It's going to proc. This is going to be a dead Legionnaire. Too much damage coming in from the supports. He goes down. Meanwhile, Tempest, he's taking a lot of pressure here from Dampier. He throws out the full combo. We'll see if Bloodhunter is able to net himself a kill here when he hits level 6, or if he even decides to go for it. Shellshock is a pretty tanky target. And I think they will need the Link Stun from Empath to stop the TP. Tempest is going to go down here as Glacius makes his way in. The Elementals from Tempest doing a lot of damage here. Here comes a charge from Legionnaire, but the Fear from Dampier stopping a potential taunt. He's going to get taunted up nonetheless. Here comes the Consume. He's baiting it all along. He's going to dash to the creeps with that flight. And will it be enough for a kill? Legionnaire with that Shield of the 5 is very tanky. He's trying to get the spins, but not going to be successful. Legionnaire goes down once again. That will be his 4th death of the game. And we're actually still seeing Hex in a golden experience lead, despite being down 8-6 in hero kills. Rampage, he's charging into the bot lane. He's got Greater Rhino coming up in 2 more seconds. He's going to throw out the Horn Strike. He is going to use the Greater Rhino. Everybody's rushing, but Rampage is taking the pressure, and Dampier turns it around with the heals. He picks up the Plated Greaves. Here comes the Hemorrhage from Bloodhunter, and the Elemental Void is going to lock down Glacius. It is going to be a pretty decent duration there. And we do not actually see any kills happening further, so Rampage and Dampier trade lives, as we see pretty much the whole team of Hex making it down to the bottom lane. Vindicator, he's sitting on 305 GPM, a bit higher than the Rampage, sitting on 35 and 8. Not sure what we're going to see from him this game, but here comes a charge from Rampage. We're going to see the silence coming out from Bloodhunter. Man, that looks really toxic. That is just... What do you do if you're Vindicator there? That's just toxic. There's no other way to put it. Just getting gangbanged in your tower. Legionnaire, he's continuing to offensive jungle here. He does have the Decapitate. We'll see if he looks to line up any kills here. Bottom lane, Tempest does go down to both Glacius and Dampier. And Legionnaire, he's going to look to cut the creep wave here. He does have a taunt, but he's getting rolled on by Snails. He ports into the tier 2 tower. Legionnaire will unfortunately be feeding once again. And it will be a double tap for Glacius as he made his way down there to assist for another kill. So Glacius, he's been involved in 9 kills already in 8 minutes, doing a great job for his team. The Emerald Warden as well, involved in 8 kills. So the supports from Pim are making their impact felt this game more so than in game number 2. Here comes a Greater Rhino onto the Vindicator. Double damage is applied by the Rampage. Here comes Tempest with the Elementals and the stun. The charge is going to happen, and Rampage secures himself once again another kill here on the Vindicator. Vindicator has now fallen down all the way to 245 gold per minute as he has died now for the 3rd time. And there we will see the Lex Talionis pick up on the Rampage, so he's going to amplify his damage even further. We have a dive coming out here onto Shellshock, the Hemorrhage on top of the Silence coming out, and Shellshock will just melt. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we have pressure coming out from the Tempest with the Elementals. And we will see if they will be able to get themselves any kills. Empath makes her way here as well. So we have a level 6 now on the Snail. He's got Superconductor. See if he looks to set any kills up. Dampier sitting on 1200 gold. I still am not sure what we're going to see from Dampier, if we're going to see a staff. Here comes the final chapter from Vindicator. The roll is happening onto Rampage. Are they going to be able to bring him down? Here comes a trap from Emerald Warden. It lands onto Rampage. Rampage falls. He uses the Greater Rhino onto Glacius. He's going to pick himself up. Or no, he's going to leave the rune there, actually. They get the kill onto Empath as well, so it ends up being a 2-for-0 here up at the top rune area. And Vindicator, he will bottle himself the invisibility. Let's see Tempest make his way into the jungle. Here he'll get some farm going. We have Legionnaire actually giving the speed to Bloodhunter with the Blood Sense. He's going to spot out the Glacius here on his ward. Here comes a Hemorrhage onto Glacius. The trap is coming out onto Emerald Warden, but here comes a Link, and Glacius will get in the Snail Shell. He will be fine for now. Here comes the Elemental Void. They did lose the Glacius with that Hemorrhage, and now are they going to be able to turn it around and get some kills? Empath is inside of Tempest, and they will get the kill there onto Snail as well. It ends up being a 2-for-0. They might make it a hat trick. The wall comes out, but there are no spells currently available. The team support is coming in from Dampier. Here comes the Rampage with the charge, and Emerald Warden will fall. There was a kill onto Empath as well as Tempest. As Vindicator ports in, he picks up a double tap there. They clean up the Rampage, so it ends up being 3 kills. And now Bloodhunter, will he be taken out? Yes, he will. The Sage's Lore comes out, and it's a hat trick coming out for Vindicator. So pretty good fights coming out from both sides. Meanwhile, in the bottom, what the heck is going on down here? We have Legionnaire all the way behind the tier 2 towers. The roll is coming in from Snail. He picks up Vindicator inside of him. Here comes the book from Vindicator into the Sage's Lore, and it's essentially a quad kill. A bit delayed, but we're going to call it a quad kill as the legendary streak comes out for Vindicator. Rampage is going, but he's going to cancel. Here comes the charge coming out now from Snail. Will the roll end up making it? I think this is going to be too far, but it's going to get the team support in range. Here comes an Ice Imprisonment. Everybody's rushing on to Emerald Warden. Who's going to go down first? Rampage is going to go down. Emerald Warden is going to survive with 28 life, and Empath is going to fall as well. It's another double tap coming out for Vindicator, and all of a sudden he's sitting on 365 gold per minute, as he is now on 8 kills, 7 of those in a row. So Pim all of a sudden finding themselves the lead now. They are going to be on a 16, almost 2,000, we'll just call it 2,000 lead. As Legionnaire, he has unfortunately fallen to 200 gold per minute. He is going to try to recover in his own jungle. He has given up on going to the bottom lane. And we have Alchemist Bones picked up on the Blood Hunter to follow up his Ghost Marchers. Dampier, he does go for the Glowstone. He's sitting on 2,400 gold. Looks like we will have that early Staff of the Master pick up. And yeah, I'm expecting a Portal Key to follow that up. Maybe he'll staff a teammate later on. We'll see if he staffs either the Vindicator or the even the Snail or the Emerald Warden. Man, actually, all 5 heroes are really good with staff. Anyway, we're going to have a charge come out in the mid lane. The freeze comes out from Glacius to prevent it from landing. Vindicator will be very low here. And looks like nobody's going to end up falling. We have Empath using the As-1 here. Will they get the catch here onto Emerald Warden is the question. Here comes the Hemorrhage. He's going to line himself up into one trap. He's going to fall into the second trap as well. And Empath did not use the, did not jump out to get the link stun. And that looked pretty funny, but a good bait coming out there from Razor PK as he gets both the As-1 and the Hemorrhage used. It did, I mean, they did end up getting the tower though in the end though, so they didn't come out empty-handed. We now have the Sorcery Boots picked up by Tempest. Rampage. He's got 280 gold, 89 gold per minute, but he's picked up the Steam Boots now on top of that Lex Talionis. Looks like he's porting into the mid lane. He will set up a charge here on the Vindicator. Here comes Tempest. He's going to use the Meteor here, but he's going to jump into a book. Everybody rushing onto Vindicator. Who will end up falling here? It looks like nobody just yet. A wall comes out from Empath, but there is no follow-up from our Hellborn side. And they want to secure this tower kill. They have all 5 players here. I think they're going to get it without any resistance as the Glyph. Well, they will try to get the deny. Who's going to get the tower? It is going to go in favor of Hex. Off to the side here, we have Final Chapter being used by Vindicator, and Rampage is going to end up falling. It's a domination streak coming out from Vindicator now. And will it be a champion or a newer streak as Empath no longer has any mana? Another Sage's Lure comes out. It's a SmackDown champion or newer streak coming out as the double tap concludes this fight. But I say concludes. We're going to have Snail using the Fireflies here. Here comes the roll with Dampier. And they're going to take out Tempest. So 4 kills going the way now of Pim. And they're going to turn that now into a tier 1 tower push. So, what will Vindicator buy with his champion and newer streak? He picks up a Luminous Prism. Not too sure actually. We could see a Sand Scepter. We could see a Storm Spirit. We could see a Sheep Stick. We could see lots of things. We are going to... Okay, he's going to pick up a Storm Spirit. Not too bad of a pickup against this Hellborn lineup. We're going to have Empath getting silenced up here, but here comes the silence now from Bloodhunter Vindicator. Oh my god, that damage from Rampage with the Lex Talionis as Bloodhunter picks up a Sword of the High. He's going into a Mock of Brilliance. Glacius is going to get spotted here, and I don't think he's going to make the escape. He's going to channel the Glacial Downpour, but he is going to fall nonetheless. Gnome's Wisdom picked up here on Tempest. He is going to use the Veiled Rot. They're looking to set up a kill here. Here comes the portal key with the Staff of the Master from Dampier, and he one-shots the Legionnaire. Dampier now sitting on 570 gold per minute. Rampage is going to use the Stampede here. Looks like he's got his eyes set on Dampier. Will they be able to bring him down, though, is the question. We have Bloodhunter in the area. Looks like the charge will be canceled. We have Brass Knuckles picked up on the Emerald Warden as well as the Vindicator. So a lot of early build-up items being picked up here by our Legion side. I don't remember if I mentioned the Gnome's Wisdom on Tempest, but he does pick that up as well. Maybe he will buy a portal key, maybe he will skip it this game. We will have to see. Rampage is going to charge toward the bottom rune area, but here comes Dampier with a full combo, and that's going to be a quick kill onto Rampage. Now, Legionnaire throws out the taunt, but he does not have a lot of damage here, only with the Plated Greaves sitting on 245 gold per minute. Here comes the Elemental Void, though, after Legionnaire falls, and Vindicator will end up going down, but here comes the portal key from Dampier. They're going to continue looking for some kills here as the flight into the fear comes out onto Bloodhunter. Bloodhunter will fall, and the roll now onto Empath, and this could be a genocide as they're going to get the hat trick here on Dampier. Tempest is going to fall. Is he going to fall to Emerald Warden? One more auto attack. It's going to be a kill, and that is a complete genocide. Pim now takes a 30-16 lead here in hero kills. And it looks like Hex has had enough. They will call the GGs, and the vote to concede comes out, and Pim will take game number 2.